What's up, guys? That really gross guy here. We are back, and for some reason, my character doesn't want to take a look at you. No, I refuse. This is Deadpoly, and we are going to be doing an early bird version of Buy Bargain or Bust. And what that means is this is going to be an early access game. It is currently in its 0.5 stage, and it has come a long way since it was originally, placed out on Steam, and it's a really fun, survivally, co-op optional. You can jump in and play with some friends, which I, definitely think there's some value in that. Kind of sandboxy zombie survival type game. And it's a little bit goofy and fun, with some really awesome elements of like world crafting, building type stuff, that I think is definitely worth your time if you like kind of, creating your own little story or world kind of in a game, especially survival types if you're into that. But it's cool. I have kind of a blacked out armor. There was a Christmas deal where you could get like either green, red, or black like Santa suits, and I ended up getting like a whole black Christmassy type move, and then I put a black Crusader helmet type deal or Knight's helmet on it. And I'm running a Vector, which looks really cool. But anyways, I wanted to jump on in and show you guys a little bit of the combat, a little bit of the customization, world building type stuff in this game. And I guess we'll start in my favorite place of my little community that I've been crafting. And it is the weapons store, which you can see here. Now, the amazing thing about this game is everything in here I've collected and hand placed. All of this stuff has been personally, placed by me, where I can, take my vector or whatever, and I can set it down wherever I see fit, place them on the walls as though this is like a gun store and someone would come in here, and be shopping for, their survival gear. I guess this is more of a survival store, focused, oriented around getting like a build, a loadout, or whatever for the apocalypse. Everything you see here is a work in progress, of course, stuff that I've been doing, as well as, like I said, this is an early access type deal that you can get on Steam for $10. And oh boy, $10. Originally, I thought there was like a $15, $20 game, and I'm giving it a shot. And of course, we will talk about if I think if it's worth it. But I'm sure you guys will pretty much be able to tell as I go through kind of what I'm talking about, what I think. Everything, you can store some things in. Everything sticks around that you personally place. This will load in every time I play the game. Obviously, I'm trying to fill out the weapon wall a little bit more. I'm going to modify a lot of the things here. I literally have been walking around and acquiring all of these things in order to kind of, place them around and, I don't know, world build, I guess. But the idea is you would come in here and build your loadouts and, buy your backpacks and your firearms and, a couple, like a duffel bag for some of your storage, your gear, helmet, all that good stuff. Just world crafting. Pretty cool. We have, like, kind of this in and out, where I've placed all these railings and stuff to make it, as though you can't just get rushed or stormed. Maybe there'd be security here, allowing 1 or 2 people in at a time or something. But anyways, so there you have it. There's my weapons store. I'll show you around the community a bit more here in a little bit, but I know that's not for everybody, so I do want to get into some of the gameplay itself and show you what that's kind of like. I'm building this outer wall for the very interior of my community. I'm considering kind of having a perimeter area that is also guarded and secure where, visitors can come and maybe eat at the diner or whatever. I'd have security. I gotta show you. I placed a pool table down and this oven on top of it so I can literally climb and have like a guarding post, like an outpost for, security or whatever. Super cool. But the map you can see here, It's definitely a work in progress. You have a military base slash airstrips over here. I'm not sure what this is. This is a small little town. There's another town over here across the bridges. I haven't been over here yet, but I think, obviously work in progress. Some of this stuff will get filled out in the future, but very, very interesting. I love this little place. I'm turning this into like a toy store because there's so many collectibles in this game. I mean, you guys can see the Easter eggs. I'll show you some more in a little bit. Some of the Easter eggs in the game as to some of the collectibles and characters that you'll find. It's super fun. It's really wholesome and, very indie. I am really enjoying it thus far. There's underground bunkers that you can get key cards to go enter and get some really good loot. There's airdrops every once in a while, which have some amazing loot. And you basically just go around looting, trying to stay alive. Like I said, playing with friends is probably the way to go. But I'll jump on in and show you guys just a little bit of the combat. Once again, I'm running a Vector. It's got an extended mag on it that I found. And now, obviously, loud noises draw in, some of the enemies, some of the zombies. Trying to get those headshots. Ooh, okay. Guy's getting a little too crazy. I don't know how many guys I've alerted to my presence, but... Ooh. Oh, out of ammo. Out of ammo. Time to go to the machete. All of these guys are going to have loot. So you can do with the loot as you see fit. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's hard to get headshots with melees. Ooh. There we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh. I guess they kind of lost interest for a second there. Ooh. Taking a bit of damage. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. You're not going nowhere. You're not gonna just pick a fight and then bail. Alright, so a whole bunch of zombies. Took a little bit of damage. I should have like a bandage wrap or whatever I'll do. But yeah, so yeah, all these zombies should have some drops in them. Knock it off. Getting things like shelving units and stuff, or like warehouses and storage and stuff is really nice. You got some materials, because there's crafting, of course, in the survival game, so you can do that. It definitely has a little bit of room for growth when it comes to the crafting and whatnot. Yeah, it's definitely a work in progress, but when it comes to $10 for a purchase, and if you really are the type of person, look, I mean, another Easter eggy collectible type thing that you can put somewhere if you want. Very, very cool. But yeah, you got all sorts of cosmetics and clothing and stuff that you can pick up. I'm kind of going through these just so you can see maybe some of the stuff that's worthwhile having. Some storage crates, a bathtub. I mean, come on. There's like a little warehousey thing type here. So every box that spawns naturally in the world, if you were to search it and then leave the game and come back, it kind of does a reset, and all of the things that you did not destroy or pick up will respawn its loot. So you can see that sometimes I'll see like a backpack or something that I want to take back for my store or something, and if I find something I want, I'll maybe like pull it out of the crate and set it on the ground, and then it's basically permanent in the world. You can destroy it, of course, but let's say I want this arcade machine for something that I actually am trying to put together, is like a little like a arcade type place. I'll basically pull it out and I'll just place it down in the world, and I'll come back for it, and this will forever be there because I personally hand placed it. So pretty cool. I think you can also like drag and drop or something. I forget. Can I? Yeah, I can just drag and drop, and now that will stay there. And I can come back for it whenever I want. But anyways, you can get like barricades to board up your windows and stuff. I'm actually going to do that. I've been trying to make my town look a little bit more survival-esque, like it's actually got some yeah, they spent some time kind of hoarding it up. Got a rifle there, an AUG. The weapons are really, really cool. I like putting mannequins out in the world, kind of like that. What's that one movie where he has mannequins all over the place? I Am Legend. I put mannequins in places where they're humans normally would be occupying, and I find that fun and entertaining just to make the world look like it's lived in. I guess I could do that right here. Just kind of show you another placement where I can. Let's say this is somewhere you would come in, and maybe I'll turn this into something later, but I'm keeping all the boxes here so I can continue to loot them every time I log in. But let's say I turn this into a little diner or something. You come in and you get a place to sit or whatever, or you sign in, you get a place to sit, and they bring you food. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm just kind of creating a little bit of a world here. I think, do I have more ammo? I have a little bit more ammo. I have a smaller magazine, I think. This was an extended mag, and then I have a bunch of small mags. But, yeah. Let me put another bandage on. I'm hurt a little bit. I forget. Do I need to put... I think I need a stronger bandage, maybe this one, in order to fix my arm. Injured? Come on. Okay, so now I think I can... Yeah, there we go. It's a really strong bandage with a lot of health restore, and it helps your limbs. But anyways, started creating like a border around the outside of my town. There's this little building back here. There's a door in front, but I have it locked currently. I think I'm going to put like a general goods shop that visitors could potentially come and buy some... some food and maybe a couple little storage supplies or something. But they don't live in our community. They're just kind of bartering with, neighborhood towns. Once again, this is all just world building, lore crafting kind of on my own behalf. But all of these buildings are basically have some sort of intent in my world. This is basically like a pawn shop slash, general goods place where you would come in and, I don't know, buy some goofy masks or whatever. So this is what I mean by collectibles. This is just scratching the surface of, actually, yeah. These are the toys that are going to end up in my toy shop. I just started building, or setting up my toy shop. So these are all going to migrate over there, but you can probably see some different kind of characters that you might recognize from other things. I hate to mention certain ones in case for some reason someone lawfully wants to, be silly, and I don't know, go after the creator of the game. I think it's all done in good intention, and it's all, wholesome. They obviously enjoy their nerd culture, I guess, between some of the video games slash movie, characters and whatnot. I think it's all, like I said, done with good intent. So I'd hate for, to bring too much attention to something that I don't think is done out of malice. I have kind of my little quarters up here where I've been just hoarding a bunch of items. This is going to come together one day, but I've just been placing a lot of stuff up here, slowly piecing it together of stuff that I need to place throughout my little community. But anyways, that upstairs is basically my little, I don't know, warehouse, I guess. But general goods store. Over here, I've started building like almost like a daycare slash school for when the adults are having to go out and do their responsibilities in the community, whether it's going out and looting or preparing food, or maybe you have some medical staff in another building I'll show you in a little bit. And the kids got to go somewhere for the day where they can learn. So we have a teacher's desk. We have a couple different students' desks that I've been slowly placing in here. I probably don't need too many more desks anymore. I think I'm basically going to do maybe one more and call it there. But anyways, so I've been placing a lot of stuff. Some stuff has spawned in and I haven't destroyed it yet just because they are lootable. But for the most part, this is going to be kind of a... Oop, actually, I could use some of those bandages. This is going to be a, like I said, like a little school or something. These boxes on the ground, those filing cabinets, are all not supposed to be there, but like I said, I'm looting them. Upstairs, for Christmas, I ended up looting a bunch of presents and a Christmas tree and all that, so I figured I'd set this up here. Just a cool little, I don't know, nod to the holidays. And I was going to place a sleeping quarters for all of our teachers and maybe medical personnel up here. Obviously, with some sort of go bag in case of an emergency, a little bit of, boots and whatnot, clean boots and everything for them to go. Maybe a couple of them have firearms at the ready in case something were to happen. But a couple of these, once again, spawned in, and I'll get rid of them. But for the most part, this is going to be a sleeping quarters. And there's going to be food and water and supplies up here for all of our teachers and medical staff or whatever that are going to sleep up here. But once again, world building. I'm literally playing this game solo. But I don't know. Maybe servers come online one day, and I have some friends and whatnot, and maybe you guys would be able to come in and play a game like this with me. But one of these doors I placed, and then the other one spawned in when they did an update. So unfortunately, it's kind of goofy, but I figured I'd leave them in case zombies come in here and try to break my door down. I at least have a little bit more protection. This building currently is empty, supposedly for sale, but I've thought if I could find a secret way to get in this building and we turn it into like a secret society where they meet upstairs every week or whatever, and they talk about, I don't know, secret society stuff, Illuminati stuff. I don't know. I think it'd be funny. But over here we have a furniture store, everything from your toasters and microwaves and whatnot, to washing machines, refrigerators, stuff that we can replace if they go bad in the community. Once again, some weird stuff spawning that shouldn't have spawned. I put a bathtub here, and then this metal shelf spawned on it. Like I said, that usually happens when an update drops, and it kind of refreshes the world a little bit. Everything, like I said, you place stays, but it adds a little bit new spawns. But this is going to be a medical facility. Everything from hygiene to washing your laundry to getting medical supplies, all the way up to actually recovering from injuries. So this would be, we'd maybe have a nurse or two on staff, maybe a doctor or something that lives in the community and takes care of people that maybe get hurt, out in doing their daily scouting. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. A little bit of fun, a little bit of a diner / cafe that we could do here. I got a couple tables, a couple more will be put out for people to sit at and maybe have, their morning coffee. There's a hospital over there, and oh boy, spawns are just next level off in that direction. So I do have to build a perimeter, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this building just yet, but I have it locked up and ready to go for something in the future. Upstairs, I don't really have anything upstairs up here at the moment, but now this is where things get a little goofy. So let's go in the goth store first for all of our goth paraphernalia. Oh god, I don't know. I don't know why I made this store. I just found so many black and white different items in the game where I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a goth store. I don't know. So yeah, here we are. You can get your goth guns. You can get your tuxedo and goth. I don't know. Anyways, if you want to live in the post-apocalypse as a goth, then there you go. If you thought that was bad, just wait. There's this thing called pastel goths, and those are basically the opposite. People who dress in super colorful. Yeah. So next door to the goth store, I have the pastel goth store, and this is work in progress. You can literally build guns in this game, like you can actually piece them together. So why not have a super vibrant firearm? Obviously work in progress. I'm going to do basically a gun wall, but in parts of various colors. And you can buy stuff that makes you feel, pastelly. I don't know. I don't know this stuff. Anyways, let's keep going. There's a little avenue or whatever you want to call it. A little alley. Alley. That's the word. Back here. I think I'm just gonna mostly wall this off and keep this safe. But I'll show you. There's a door that you can come through, where people can become part of the community, and we'll show you what happens when you get welcomed into the community. Once again, in the goth store, I guess our goth guy will have goth guns ready for defense. This is going to be our little, I guess, arcade slash hobby store where you can, after a long day of work, you can come back and hang out and play some arcade games. This is where that arcade cabinet's gonna go. It's just I've been looting these every time I log in, so I'm leaving them. But I'm gonna fully flesh this out into an arcade place. And yeah, I don't know. Upstairs is okay. It's a nice storm. Upstairs is where we're gonna have our cool. Oh, it's raining through the. Okay. We got a table tennis thing. I think I'm gonna put the pool table up here and maybe the foosball table up here also. That bed spawned up here and those dressers, those are gonna go. Same with that bathtub. But for the most part, yeah, that's gonna be kind of a hangout. Oh yeah, the air hockey table can go up there. Yeah, just kind of a, I don't know, a hobby slash, what do you call it? I forget what they call them. Once again, double door, because bonds. Here is our electronics store, and we have monitors, keyboards, all the, a couple game consoles that you can see here, all based on, stuff you might recognize. All the way down to different collectibles from other video games that you can see, different big franchises, TV franchises, movie franchises. I think that's really cool. I just like placing stuff. Here's one of the masks, a couple more masks. Some of you might recognize a lot of this. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I just felt like this would be a cool place for a little bit of a display for electronics and other nerdy kind of stuff. Upstairs is going to be storage for all the overstock when it comes to the computers and the keyboards. A bunch of mice and monitors and all sorts of stuff. And I'm going to continue to try to flesh this out. The more cool, nerdy, electronics, culture-y type stuff, I'm going to try to fill out the downstairs a little bit better. But anyways, that's that. I can also go back out this door. And yeah, so there's that. There's that. The last place I'll kind of show you is this place. This is where if someone wanted to become part of the community, maybe they had some skills or, someone who was a doctor or a nurse or a teacher or something, and they wanted to become part of the community, they could maybe register out here, and if they, maybe I hand in the paperwork through the window or something, and they review it, and if you get welcomed into the community, you come in here, you would have somebody, here to welcome you. You'd get a backpack or a duffel bag, and there'd be, I'm going to fill all of these metal shelves out with kind of a starting kit as a welcome kit for the community, where I would give you some food and water and maybe some stuff that you would need, like isopropyl alcohol or peroxide or some oils, some gas, maybe a firearm and some ammo and a generator, so you can, come into the community and have what you need to settle down and, get yourselves going. And like I said, you come out here to the alley and you would basically, migrate yourself in, and you'd be welcome and people would help you out. And, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, a little bit of world building. I'd love to see what you guys think about kind of the potential of a game like this. I think this is, of course, being a work in progress, I think this has got a ton of potential. I think for $10, especially, getting access to the game, I think is an awesome price. And I think with the developer as adamant about creating a good game as they are, they've actually rebuilt the game from the ground up in a new engine, and it's come a long way. And I think there's going to be a good following for this game, especially cooperatively with friends and whatnot. I think this game for sure. When it comes to buy, bargain, or bust, this one is a buy at $10. Holy smokes! I think it's worth it. Originally, I thought, like I said, it was 15 to 20 bucks, and I was like, maybe if you're the type of person that really loves to support work in progress stuff, and you just you like the early access type thing, then maybe 15, 20 bucks is worth it. With the caveat that if you don't like early access stuff, then maybe you just wait a little while, kind of get a feel for it. Maybe as time goes on, the game gets a little better, or gets its full release. And yeah, but honestly, at $10, I think it's already worth what I've paid. I've had a lot of fun in this game, just kind of playing around, exploring the world, and I would love to know what you guys think. Have you played it, or are you, have you seen it? Are you thinking about picking it up? Are you the type of person that likes handcrafting everything in a world, kind of like I've been doing, or are you more of a survival? You just pick a place to settle down, and you build your loadouts. You go out in the world and just it's just you. You're the lone survivor in your universe. I don't know. I'm just curious to see what you guys think of the game. If you're have any thoughts on it. If you've already picked it up, or if you're gonna wait. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it. I'm kind of just working my way over to a little bit of an area. Obviously, I've made a lot of noise, so a lot of enemies started working their way to me. But we got a food market that you can get some food and supplies from. The hospital over there. There's like this junkyardy type place that's over here that's all walled in. Oh boy. Okay, I'm doing okay. That you can gain access to, which is really cool. Oh man, is that a little like dinosaur or something on this dude's head? Oh, it's a tiny little squirrel collectible plushie. That's funny. Oh, I think he's got a... Yeah, he's got a chip out of his head. He's a big... Okay. Goofy mask on that dude. This is all the world. I didn't place anything out here. I actually haven't come over here since the update. But, yeah. I don't know. Very cool world. It's definitely something worth exploring and playing around with. There's all sorts of hidden little details and goofy stuff. Of course, very work in progress, but it's got potential. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this little buy, bargain, or bust. Oh, is that a trader? I didn't know you were here. Hello? Some of these guys give you quests. Oh, he is a vendor. Cool, I could buy gasoline. And I can get quests. Dope. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope to see you guys again in the next episode. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna go do some quests. Blow!